people that in the house are different. They're just what they talk about something, which you should have talked about a long time ago. But this is a reality in Ireland at the moment in time. We have a lack of house, and everybody knows that. There's 10,000 people homeless at the moment in Ireland. And we have our bikes, Central Bike and all the other bikes, whatever the corrupt clowns they are. I'm not even going to name some. I'm not even going to give them the credit to name them. But they took property off people that during the crash in 2008. My brain went dead for a second. During the crash in 2008, they obviously took people took out as many loans as there was, and there was no limit on how much money you could take out and borrow off the bikes and everything. And obviously when the country went absolutely downhill, like absolutely hit the ground so hard they couldn't get back up for a long, long time. The bikes took over the residents, took over all the property, and so many houses. I can tell you for a fact, in my local area, in West Cavan, for a fact, and I have these numbers here, it's nearly up to 100 houses the bikes own. And these are houses that could be done up by the local authorities. And I've wasted so many times with Cavan County Council, and thankfully, they have listened to me with some places. They've actually said, yeah, you have a good point there. And actually, good point actually. There's a few houses down the road from me. We're not too far away from me. There's 3 houses were bought by the bank, and the council got them off the bank, and they're doing them up. And that, and I asked the council to go and do it because it's obviously near me, and I was like, can you please do it up because it's getting my wick looking at these houses. And they did it. They got that off the banks and they took it. Like they can do it. Like they took it. They took them 3 houses off the banks and they were like, we own them now. If you have a problem with it, then you can go jump the lake. So that's what they're doing. They're doing the houses up. Like that's a great thing to do. Just take it off the bikes. Like I don't even think they paid the bikes. I think they just took it off them and just said, this is ours now. So if you don't like it, you can go jump the lake. And that's really more or less probably what they said. Because I don't think they were paid. Unless they were paid, unless it was a backroom deal or something like that. I don't know. But what I know by it, they probably just took it off them. Like this could be done. Like there's loads of, as I said, near 100 houses in the West Cavan area that are probably owned by the bikes still to this day. And they could be redone up. There could be a bit of money invested to do them up and to modernise them. To put insulation and everything into it. And the local authorities and be a council house turned into a council house. And it could be done. It could be done by a drop of a hat. But it goes down to people are too afraid really to challenge the bikes. Like the government in Dublin are too afraid. Like if they ask them, like they're getting it very hard to even ask them for any tax or anything off them. They just they wait for them to come up to them because they're too afraid to ask the bikes anything. Even though the bikes got us into this situation, the bikes and the bondholders got us into this situation. Where the country has no money nearly at all. And that's because the banks, and they blame the banks and they blame Fianna Fáil too. They're the ones who caused this mess. But it's a simple thing, like you couldn't nearly house 90s. I'm going by what this is saying, going by the survey I done, you could 86 houses we counted so far in West Cavan. We could be missing some, we could be having a few on that they're not back down, but what we're looking at is 86. Which is a fair few houses that are abandoned. Like just abandoned, and some of them are very run down, some of them need a lot of work. Some of them are just, you just put a bit of paint on them and it'll be fine. And insulated inside and you'll be fine. Done in 2 months. When somebody put in there that's lying on the street. Bing bang box. There's your house. There's a house for somebody. Couldn't be any simpler. Really couldn't be any simpler. But yeah, this government wants to just be a nuisance. And just doesn't want to do that road. But yeah, the bikes, I don't know what happened. Like that situation was the first time I ever heard that the council just barged in and was like, this is us. We own this now. If you don't like this, you can go jump the lake. That's what I'm just assuming that happened because I never heard they give money for it or anything like that. It seems like they just barged in and were like, this is council property now, so if you don't like it, you can jump the lake. And I think that's more or less what happened. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, I looked for it. Speaking of this, I actually looked for it and there's nothing on it. They said the council took over the area, took over that land, but it doesn't say that they purchased it. They just said just barged and took it. Which the council do have the authority if they wanted to take something off the bike, so take it off. The local authorities do have the authority. Which is no harm, to be honest, taking it off the bikes. But that's just a rare case, I suppose you can have to say, because I never really heard of them many other times before. But anyway, stop going on with that case. We need to take the houses off the bikes because, honest to God, they're doing nothing with them anyway. They're just letting them rot away. And, could put people into them. Could house people. Anyway, take for watching, subscribe and go on, bye.